Wilson, and welcome to the episode of The Facts That Matter. In this episode, we have gone on the road to International Security Council ISC West Expo, the largest security expo in the world. And we're asking, for all that matters, what matters the most? This is what they had to say. For all that matters, what matters most?
What matters most is using technology, using innovation to continue to protect people, property, and assets as efficiently and effectively as possible. How do we remove that friction that security can put in front of people, make people more secure, but remove that friction? And we have to do it in a way where we don't violate people's privacy. We have to let them know that they're in a secure environment. They can move freely, but their privacy is going to continue to be protected, and they're going to be made safe and secure.
Great, thank you. For all that matters, what matters most?
Hi, Erin. Thank you for me being here. So what matters most? And for me, is biometrics. And today in biometrics, we have so much more applications being requested for biometrics. We have your phone to require biometrics. We go to the airports for biometrics. We have cameras for biometrics. And this ISC West, we're talking about biometrics everywhere. It's very important about that, the security of the biometrics. Where is it stored? How it's being used? Who has access to it? Who can get access to it? And is it my biometrics? And if somebody gets my biometric, what happens? Very important. So the biometrics is like who has access to it and how secure it is. Because if somebody gets a hold of my biometrics, there's no way for me to change my biometrics. This is part of your DNA. I can't go back and say, I'm sorry, can I return my biometrics? Can I change it? An ID can be changed. The codes can be changed. But I cannot change my fingerprints or my iris or my face. So there needs to be a ways where we have total secure biometrics. And the template of the biometrics is very important because it's an algorithm. So the algorithm can be changed, then it can change by biometrics. But who has that type of algorithm? What algorithm being used? And somebody else can use it for a different purpose that I don't know about. If I go to an airport, they might have a camera that takes my biometrics to board my plane or even rent a car for convenience. Yet Clear, as a private company that records biometric and use it, but would they ever tell you if the biometric got stolen? Right? So biometric is something that is a very hot topic, and I believe that the government needs to put some regulations on it to make sure that it's secure, that no companies can by themselves decide that we will start to store biometrics without you knowing that your biometric is being captured and used possibly somewhere else where you don't know about. And all the legalese of every document or apps, who reads those? You might have like 10 pages of legalese in an app that you go down at font 3. Talk saying about we're using your biometrics on our own free will because you use our app for free. Is it going to be sold? Is it going to be like sold later on? Is it going to be used on different things that I don't know about? So biometrics right now is at the infancy of it, and I think it needs to have something that is very secure. And basically the user have the opportunity to say, no, you cannot save your biometrics. You cannot use my biometrics because those are all mine. Because I'm concerned they can be stolen and used in an improper way that is not being controlled.
Interesting. Thank you very much. For all that matters, what matters most?
Well, for Carrier Systems, that's actually an easy question. It's about our customers. It's about what can we do right to take care of the integrator or the end user. It's transparent to us, but at the end of the day, what's right for the end user, the customer.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
For all that matters, what matters the most?
Well, you know what matters the most nowadays? It's all about user experience. Convenience matters the most. When it comes down to security industry, how the user analyzes or uses the system, that is crucial. For the adoption matters, especially when it comes to identity management. It's all about security meeting convenience. With the younger generation, where they're talking about instant gratification, well, user experience matters. And how can you marry security with convenience? biometrics is the answer, I believe, because as the younger generation is about, hey, can I get a response quickly? Can I use a system quickly? Biometric is the way to go. As you notice, with a lot of the companies now utilizing biometrics for identity management, you see Amazon Go Store is using Palm Bay. You're talking about Apple using in virtual reality for the POS systems. They're using Iris technology. JP Morgan just announced they will be utilizing biometrics for their payment system as well. In the industry of access control, biometrics is being used right now for the aspect of convenience. You don't have to carry anything, no cards, no phones. You don't have to remember anything, passwords or pins. All you have to do is present yourself, and you have access to that building or to that payment. So it's all about how do you create convenience along with security.
For all that matters, what matters the most?
That's a really good question. I think when it comes to the security world, right, it's all about protecting people, it's about protecting assets, it's about protecting facilities, right? But in this day and age, everybody wants to not feel the designs to be, have this industrial, high security look to them, right? You don't want to make them look like a prison, right? So how do you design something that's aesthetically pleasing, right? And you have a lot of trends in the industry right now trying to design stuff around glass. I think there's a lot of lack of knowledge on glass, and I think glass can provide a lot of different security solutions, but you got to be able to design the system that can provide that solution as well. It's not just about glass or about the metal or about the design, right? It's got to be a combination of everything to have this aesthetically looking, architecturally pleasing, safe environment, right? Where people don't feel that, they're going to have to be worried about a threat, right? And there's a lot of innovation in the market. It's been a steel market for a long time, where everything's been designed with steel. There's been a lot of innovation both on glass. There's been a lot of innovation on aluminum as well, right? Typically, aluminum is always seen as more your exterior storefront. But there's a lot of different levels of protection that aluminum can provide, where a lot of manufacturers have developed really unique technologies that when you combine them with glass, from an aesthetic perspective, it gives you a really clean look that keeps people safe at the highest levels of threats, from domestic stuff, but also looking at international threats. You can provide a lot of different solutions with different materials that you never used to have, right? But I think the other part of it is foundation, right? Everybody's talking about technology. You got to start with the basics, right? And I think what matters most is the basics, right? It's looking at those openings or those areas of threats and starting with the basics, right? The hardware. Is the hardware the correct hardware? Are the doors the correct doors that are protecting that entrance or egress of a facility, right? Are the locks or are the doors closed or secured when they need to be secured, right? You got to start with the fundamentals. And I think there's a lot of people that look at all the technology that's out there and they get enamored with the bells and whistles, right? The lights and the flashes and the computer screens and all that stuff. It's all good stuff, but you got to have the fundamentals done right before you even start looking at the next layer of protection.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
For all that matters, what matters the most?
Well, in the security space, it's safety and making sure that who's ever providing your security, whatever solutions they're providing, understands the need for safety and code compliance. Because if you're providing security, but you're doing it in an insecure and unsafe way, you're not doing anyone any favors.
True. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching this special episode of The Facts That Matter from ISC West 2023 in Las Vegas. I'm Erin Wilson. Remember to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell to be alerted to new Facts That Matter episodes.